I know what you're all waiting for, the announcement of the winner from last week's giveaway contest. Congratulations to Zach Bouchon. Hello again, Michael Friedrich here from beautiful North Carolina, and today I have 2.5 new products for review. The first is quite a surprise. It was sent to me from Greece. It is a Grecian artisan soap. I would have to say to Georgios Efcharisto, thank you so much for sending this. This is a beef tallow soap. However, it does include water buffalo milk from the water buffalo, as you can see there on the logo, used or found around Lake Kerkini, which is the name of the soap, Kerkini soaps from Greece. There are some interesting ingredients in here. So it is a beef tallow soap. It does include the water buffalo milk. It also includes castor seed oil, olive oil, argan oil, and avocado oil. So a very nice mix of highly fatty ingredients. Let me show you what it looks like. A nice light color, much harder than most of the soaps I've used recently. This is not a hard soap like a triple milled soap, but definitely very much on the harder side of artisan soaps. And the scent, see, for me the scent is kind of a bit of a bright but light citrus scent with a touch of florals and then a light undertone of sandalwood. Something woody, oud, I think is listed in there as well for the scent, and I'll post the scent notes as well. A very nice kind of what I would consider to be a cologne style scent. Very pleasant. All right, so I have some obviously in the Captain's Choice loading bowl. Despite all the admonitions from last week, it is not the lathering bowl, the loading bowl for me. All right, this week's razor, all the way from Russia, the Saiver, what is it? The ProfiMed. And I purchased this in a moment of weakness, I would say, on eBay. The description around the razor was just, I think, complete balderdash. I don't believe this is used by the Russian military, and if so, well, sorry guys, this seems like not a great choice for a variety of reasons I'll get into. Instructions on the back tell you how to assemble the razor. This is a dual blade razor, so you're going to just use 2 safety razor blades. The first one, as I hope you can see from the instructions, you snap or cut into 2, place in the top cap. You use this supplied shim, put a full blade in there, base plate which has an open comb and a safety bar side, a closed safety bar side with this aluminum or metal handle. So let's go through and try to put this thing together. I will have to say that it is incredibly fiddly. So if this video fades to black in a moment, it's because it's just taking me too long to do. I'm gonna try to do it on camera. Let's hope for the best. Here's the top cap, which as you can see just has the center post and then the 4 corners for holding the blade in place. I have, in this case, cut rather than snapped a washcloth blade into the 2 halves. I'm going to gently and carefully position these 2 halves, which, by the way, there is really nothing holding them in place other than you're kind of laying them in the razor head. I will show you in just a moment what that looks like. So there they are, and yes, it looks like just a full-size blade put in there. Now, I'll talk about the ways in which I've experimented with this razor through the course of the week, because I know that's going to be one of the questions. What if you just used a full-size blade as that first insert? I'm holding it pretty tightly with my fingers because now I'm going to put on this tiny, very thin little shim, which goes curved side, obviously down towards the top cap. Again, and I'm pressing it in there, trying to hold the position of those 2 blade halves. Here comes the brother of the first blade, another washcloth blade. I figured given the origin of the razor, might will use the washcloth. Okay, so that's in there. In the meantime, I'm not trying to fiddle with the 2 blade halves. God only knows how well they're positioned. It has been very fiddly. Here's the top cap, and as you can see, it has a open comb side and a solid safety bar side. And I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but I think they are slightly different in shape and aggressiveness. There's a slightly different curve to one side over the other. I'm going to carefully position this base plate. Now this all does snap into place, like this does feel pretty solid, and the handle is a aluminum handle, I believe, with some very nice light knurling, kind of a diamond hatch pattern on there, crisscross pattern. I think the top cap is another aluminum amalgam or another, I'm not exactly sure what it's made of, but definitely metal, and the base plate is of course all plastic. So I think I have that assembled properly. That top blade there looks completely askew, so I'm going to try, and I've done this before, carefully to move in this top blade, but it is very, I'm going to have to just disassemble this for the moment. See, this is why I think that this razor is, in many ways, I would have to describe it as a, I'm not going to say an abject failure. That is unfair. I'm going to try to keep those blades in place. As an idea, pretty good. All right, let's hope that that's a little more in place. Get the base plate on again. Let's see if that's a little more even. Okay, that looks a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but you can see that that is not completely perfectly lined up. I have had real trouble, but nonetheless, I am going to shave with that. I don't think I can get that top part in any better, although never say never. I'm going to try. Okay, that looks a little better. Little. But so for me, right off the bat, this is a huge downside to this razor. It is just simply too hard to assemble in any kind of routine, easy way. And if it goes wrong, you're fiddling. We'll talk about how it shaves in just a minute. All right, let's get my face wet. Let's get lathering. All right, today's brush is going to be Carnavis and Richardson. It is the aluminum handled tuxedo knot. So I'm just wetting that through in the sink full of water. There is the soap in the loading bowl. Okay, before we get back to the razor, the soap has been very, very easy to work with. This is a real full fat, heavy soap. So if you start off with a dry brush, you're going to create kind of a dense, pasty lather in this top of your brush very, very quickly. I'm just working it. I know that looks like I'm lathering in the bowl for all you lather bowl people, but I'm not. It's just a normal consequence of agitating the soap in the bowl. All right, so what I'm doing now is just trying to get the brush really fully loaded. The soap, the scent, I would say is distinct but not strong or overpowering, and definitely lasts throughout the shave. All right, so there we go. So that already has kind of a bit of density and gloss to it. I'm going to wet my face again. Really did not know what to expect. I've not seen these Kerkini soaps out there anywhere. Not really aware of the fact that there was a Greek soap artisan available. Very happy to accept the soap for review and see what it was like. No expectations. I mean, how do you know what it's going to be like? But an immediate kind of dense, creamy, slick face feel. I'm just adding a bit of water to the brush. And what's happened every day is you can sort of see what's happening now is that it starts to build kind of a very dense, heavy, creamy lather. I'm going to add a touch more water in a moment. And that's in part to make sure that I have enough lather to work with that razor. Yeah, I bought that razor in a moment of weakness. I really don't know what I was thinking. It just kind of looked cool and fun and something different to try, and then I forgot about it completely. And then when it showed up, literally weeks later, in a brown envelope, I did not remember even then what I had purchased. And then when I unwrapped it, I had that moment of, really? All right, there we go. As you can see, what's happening here, very dense, heavy lather that really holds its shape well, and a very nice sort of feeling of slickness and density on the face as well. All right, let's go and start shaving with the Saiver ProfiMed dual blade. I'm gonna try with this side first, and we'll just see how it feels with that blade. It's a little bit of an angle. We'll see how it goes. Light touch, very nice slickness on the soap. Yeah, as expected from Shave during the week, I'm going to flip it over and use the safety bar side. The safety bar side is so mild, but even when you find the angle, and it is taking the hair off, but just, I don't know, I don't find this razor to be pleasant in use really at all. Like I can't find anything to really recommend it. I know some people have had some good shaves from it. The soap is fantastic. The razor is not so much. So what I'm going to do for the next pass is I'm going to go and use one of the modes in which I've used it as I was experimenting with the way in which you could use the different blades in there. Yeah, I've tried a bunch of different modes. I've tried one blade, two whole blades, one blade with and one blade without the shim. See, when you rinse your face, by the way, with the soap, man, that residual slickness is really, really good. It's got a nice, heavy, fatty layer to it. You just know that soap is not coming off easy. Ugh, get some of that out of my mouth though. All right, I'm going to briefly disassemble this razor, and I'm going to take out the two half blades, and I'm going to shave with it the way that I've done. I think I did this one day, maybe two. I'm going to reassemble it with the shim, but without the two half blades in place, and see how that guy goes. Which I recognize sort of completely, you know, subverts the use and the way that this should be used, but the way that it should be used by its design is not really working for me. So let me put the blade in, and then the shim. So this is a single blade now with the shim at the top there. And put this base plate back on. Now, this is kind of an alternative because as you can see now, there's quite a bit of blade showing, but actually the way that it's held in there because of the shim is not bad. And for me, better than the alternative, which is the original design of that razor. Okay, let's lather up again. Man, look at beautiful, heavy, dense. Yeah, if you are looking for a full fat soap that just has that kind of immediate soft creaminess, which you often get with these milk-based soaps, and I'm a big fan of milk-based soaps, well, I would definitely say try out this soap from Greece. There we go. Now, to be fair to this razor, I've been shaving with the Marvel for a month, and it's kind of hard to go from that razor, which just works so easily and so well for me, to something like this. But this is a kind of a fun, bit of a different, I don't want to say novelty razor, but that's kind of what it is for me. All right, here we go. This is going to be with the single blade and the shim. We'll start off with the open comb side. an immediate improvement. And you can definitely feel the blade, but it doesn't feel like it's actually kind of chattering or moving. There we go. Flip over for the solid bar side now. The funny thing is, you could, of course, use the open comb bar side for the first pass and then sort of dial it down, change the the shave for the next two. But I am just so unconsciously used to rinsing and then flipping the razor over when I take it out of the water that I really haven't stuck to one side or the other. That's just kind of basic muscle memory. All right, mustache. A lot of feedback, but this is still, the open bar is a little more aggressive than the closed bar. Neither side's really that aggressive. I think some others have reviewed this razor as well. I think the friendship shaver, I imagine their experiences are probably not that far off from mine. I think if you are diligent and careful, you can make that razor blade, the two halves go in there in a way which makes sure that they are perfectly aligned. But I just don't really see, look at that. Look how well that's held up. Really nice, really, really nice. I just don't see the benefit because in fact the shave with the two blades in there is just not that much better or really any more comfortable in some ways than the shave with the single blade and the shim. Yeah, this is 100% a nice full fat sub. Really, really enjoying it. The scent, as I said, is kind of a at least for me, starts off with a good amount of citrus, kind of a bright but a little bit light, not like an overpowering blast of citrus, and then a bit of a sort of warm woodsy scent underneath. I'm pretty sure it has oud and sandalwood in it. May include amber. I think patchouli as well. I think, if I remember correctly. All right, final pass. Yeah, you can see what's happening there. It's so dense and creamy. Having a hard time pulling through it. Razor is just like struggling a little bit. If that sounds a little sort of cheap and plasticky to you, well, you'd be right. It doesn't feel really solid. It is a nice metal handle, but just the overall feel is not one that sort of gives you tremendous confidence in the razor, at least not from me. Here we go, almost done. So you can see, I have to adapt under my chin because I'm just not completely sure what's going to happen. It's not that I don't trust this, but I don't feel completely confident in the way that the blade is being held in there. And yes, I understand I don't have the other blades in there, but still just doesn't exactly completely feel right. All right, there we go. We're gonna call it quits right there. Now, as I said, when you rinse off the soap, man, you just get this great, very slick, fatty feel to it. It is, and I say hard in a good way, difficult to rinse off because you have that residual fatty layer. For the people that do not enjoy my one-handed rinsing technique, well, you know what? What can I do? It's just how I do it. All right, let's towel off. Post-shave, certainly the immediate post-shave is very good because you still have a sort of a creamy feel to your skin. Yeah, no dryness, no tightness. Yeah, very, very nice. Like I said, quite a surprise. I don't really know why you're always surprised, but you just don't know anything about a soap, so you just have to keep your expectations low because you just don't know what you're going to get. But in this case, very, very happy, surprisingly good job, very well done. Okay, now we're going to close off that shave with another sort of classic cologne scent. This is the Epsilon Mediterranean Blue, which is meant to be either an exact duplicate or as near as they can make a duplicate of the Floyd Blue. Let's say that it isn't an exact replica. Let's pretend that's the case. I don't know that it really matters because even if this isn't an exact replica, it really still smells really, really good. This is just one of those classic European aftershave scents. Big hit of alcohol, touch of menthol, cooling. Again, kind of a light, for me, kind of a light floral citrus scent. This stuff just smells so good. I put this in the same class as the Meersal aftershaves. Like if someone said, okay, pick 3 to 5 excellent European sort of traditional aftershaves, I'd probably go for something like the Floyd Suave and the Floyd Blue, and then I'd have to have difficulty picking out ones from Meersal because there's a bunch to pick from. Formula C, the green, oh man, there's so many good ones. The names are a little confusing because of the way that they do those, but either way, beautiful aftershaves. See, that didn't end so badly, did it? And it looked like it was going to go wrong in that first pass because of the design of that razor and the use of the 2 split halves. Not a big fan of that at all. Okay, let's tear through the products. Okay, number 1, the Kerkini soap from Greece, the beautiful country of Hellas, where I visited many, many times as a child. We used to go camping there every summer. I love Greece, one of my favorite places to go. Kerkini soaps, this is the 2019. This is the full fat milk. Like I said, beef tallow, the water buffalo milk, castor oil, argan oil, olive oil, and avocado oil. So this is a dense, heavy, creamy soap. Very easy to lather, very good slickness, good protection. As you can see, it really held together, created a dense, creamy, heavy lather. Really nice, full fat feel on the face. I'm very, very happy with that. Very nice scent as well. If you kind of like that first bright sort of touch of lemon followed by a bit of woodsy underneath it, I consider that to be kind of a cologne style scent. Very nice. The razor for today, the Saiver ProfiMed. Yeah, no, I don't think for me. I mean, I like the handle. It's a very cool idea. I cannot, at least not easily, without a tremendous amount of fiddling and good luck, get the razor assembled as designed, which was with the first 2 blade halves in place. It simply does not offer a shave that is worth the amount of work that you're putting into getting that thing really right. With a single blade and the shim in there, it's good. It's good-ish. It's pretty good. It's okay. But I don't think I'll be using this razor again. It's a fun thing to add to the collection as a kind of a souvenir or novelty, but I really doubt that you'll be seeing this one again in the rotation. I should also mention, by the way, that the packaging consists of the plastic bubble and then the cardboard backing, which is then very gently stapled to the plastic piece. So if you're looking for something that's going to last a while in terms of packaging, that's not going to be the one for you. The brush, Carnavis and Richardson. Hope you can see that. Aluminum handle, tuxudo synthetic knot. Love that brush. Very happy that I had a chance to win that, which is completely just coincidental, but always fun to win something. And then a sample from Maggard Razors that I purchased is the Epsilon Blue Mediterranean. Floyd Blue sadly discontinued, so if you're hoarding that, I would do the same if I had some. this is a very, very good reproduction or replacement. I don't really care if it's an exact repro or not. On its own, it is a fantastic scent, beautiful, clean, very traditional European aftershave scent. At least that's what I think of it as. Big hit of menthol, a big hit of alcohol, touch of menthol, nice light citrus scent. Actually quite a good follow-up to the 2019. Oh, I should probably mention my Captain's Choice loading bowl. You could use it as a lathering bowl. I just don't. All right, I think that's it for today. Not bad. Very, very happy with that soap. Not so happy with that razor. Well, let's call it quits right there, my friends. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the time you're taking. Congratulations again to the giveaway winner. Great job. Thanks so much for entering, everybody. As always, please feel free to leave your questions or comments against this video or any previous video. Thanks again so much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.